Hello everybody, I'm going to be talking today about Snowball Mining, which is an ICO, and just very quickly how I break down these things, coming to you after this very important disclaimer. So pause that disclaimer and make sure you read it properly. These are my opinions. So where have I been this week? I've been back at work, so I'm working full time. I don't get paid for any of these reviews. This isn't a paid review. To be honest, at the moment I quite like it that way because I'm not obliged to say anything nice about these ICOs because I'm not being paid. I'm full-time employed, so I'm not reliant on YouTube as a business, so you're not going to see me coming online giving it loads of rants about this, that and the other, because my livelihood doesn't depend on it. Okay, so really I couldn't give a rat's arse what people think, or whether they say that I've had a go at certain YouTubers for shilling. I don't care. If someone's shilling, it's wrong, and I'm going to speak up about it. If there's a scam out there, it's wrong, I'm going to speak up about it. My livelihood don't depend on it. I don't get paid to say something's good when it's crap. Okay? But anyway, other than that, I've been working full time. I've got my kids, so I'm going to go and cook them dinner in a minute. So we'll rattle through this. I'm trying to keep these videos condensed, but it's very hard because I talk a lot and talk a lot of bollocks as well, to be honest. But anyway, let's get on it. Crypto Vapor. Right, so the story is that basically last week a friend of mine contacted me on Telegram and he said, could you have a look at this ICO? He didn't say anything other than, what do you think about it? So I said, well, what is it? And he said, well, it's a mining pool. And straight away I said, no, don't touch it, probably a scam, look at something else. And he said, no, I want you to just dig a little bit deeper, show me what you think about it. So we had this long discussion. I went, obviously knew what the ICO was about. These are one of the, like, there's 47 to 50 ICOs coming out a day. Don't have time to sit and read 50 white papers about what these ICOs are. So I generally bin them off straight away on what the project is. If the project's crap, I'm going to bin it off straight away. Then I'm going to look at the token metrics, see how much money they're raising, how they're dividing the money up, which is what I broke down with my friend on Telegram, just to show him that actually it didn't seem like a viable, what this company were offering didn't seem to marry up with the figures. Maths don't lie. Then I look at the team, and God, this thing has given me a headache, like for about the last 3 weeks. And I'll show you why, and I highly doubt you're going to invest in this. And the team are aware. I spoke to a guy from the team last night for about an hour on Telegram, and I was just saying, look, why is this? Why is that? Why have you chosen to do this? Do you not think that this looks like a scam? And they're saying, well, yeah, but we don't care because we just want to raise the money and just get on with what we're doing. I don't know. You guys make your own opinions, but we're going to have a look at it now, okay? This is just sort of like a rough breakdown of what I do. So I have a look at the coin's price. They're saying its value, their coin is valued at $1. But it's currently tracking the price of F, so it is cheaper. It's about 63 cents a coin at the moment. So they're basically saying they're already in business. They're already in business, okay? They're trying to expand, and this is why they're creating an ICO. But we'll get onto that in a second. Is there a bonus? Yeah, 10%. I don't like to see anything over 20%. Project ID is a mining pool. The team is shady as feck. The CEO is super shady as feck. We'll get onto that in a minute. The soft cap is 1.8 million. The hard cap, 8.4 million. Okay. Do you need $8.4 million to buy it? basically a bunch of mining equipment. I'm not sure, it depends where you're setting it up. 10% of the holdings will be paid out in dividends. So basically 10% of whatever you hold in their coins at the market value will be paid out in dividends to you. So if you hold, what they're saying is like, I guess, is if you hold $1,000 worth of their coin, you're going to be getting $100 a month. I can't see that happening. Not when you're raising $8 million, then you've got to break down what 10% of $8 million is and then spread that out. You've got to be mining an absolute F-ton of Bitcoin to be able to sort of keep up with that 10% dividend. Token distribution is 65 to 70% in the token holder's hands. No, it isn't. Don't like that. Team distribution. The team are taking 9% of 8 million. Hold on just 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, the team are taking 9% of 8 million. Right, let's crack on with that. Other money raised match project. Yeah, so does the money that they're looking to raise match the project idea? It's dubious. I've put marketing 5%. Team has no interest in marketing. Oh yeah, the marketing is crap, by the way. This is what the team told me last night. Let me just pull it out so my head don't disappear. This is the team, right? I say to them, dude, you've got like 569 people in your Telegram. You've got 18 people on your Twitter, and your Facebook literally has nil following. So, like, in terms of social media, no one knows who you are, and you don't have a great deal of following. Your marketing is absolutely crap, right? And their response was, well, the CEO doesn't see marketing as a priority. He sees the priority as getting all the money in and spending all the money on mining equipment. He's got no interest in marketing whatsoever. That's not how you run a business. That is not how you run a business. You're not even going to reach your soft cap without marketing. 569 people aren't going to give you 1.8 million to reach your soft cap. His response, we're not worried about reaching our soft cap. We just want to raise as much money as we can. And then when, say we only raise $500,000, then what we're going to do is we're going to have a community vote on whether we continue the ICO rather than issuing a refund. And then those people in the community will only buy the mining equipment that we can afford to expand to, and then they'll still get 10%. That sounds a little bit shady to me. I don't know about you. I'll leave that in your hands. Do you know what I mean? So the following on social media is rubbish. Is it a profitable business? Now, to be a profitable business in mining, bearing in mind you're competing with major players in this market. And when I say major players, they are based in their warehouses where they're storing all their mining equipment in places like Iceland and Norway. Now, why Iceland and Norway? Well, Iceland is notoriously cheap electricity because they're using sort of thermal. They're getting all their electricity from the thermal, from underneath the ground. So their electricity is notoriously cheap. But for mining equipment, you have to keep it cool. So not only do you have the massive electricity bill of running the mining device itself, but then you've got a massive electricity bill of keeping everything cool by an air conditioning unit. So what they do in Iceland is because it's so freaking cold up there, they put it in a warehouse, and all they do is put a fan on the roof of the warehouse that sucks in the air from outside. That is enough to keep everything cool because it's so damn cold up there. Makes sense, right? So you're then getting maximum gain on your profit. Now, they're based in Canada where, I mean, I don't know what the weather's like. I'm not from Canada. I've got friends that live in Canada and friends that transferred out to Canada in similar jobs to me. And they're saying that basically in the winter it's freaking cold and in the summer it's freaking hot. So I said to these guys, like, what? Because you've mentioned green energy and, what sort of energy are you using? Because when I've looked at these mining devices that you're using, because I mean, I look at these things with a fine-tooth comb, so I find out what mining device they're using, and I looked at that and I said, look, this is the profitability scale on your mining device, and it doesn't look very good. And they're saying, well, our electricity is a lot cheaper than that, so that it's debatable whether they're actually, you know, turning over a profit, but they, you know, they have got people that are invested and they are paying out dividends every month, apparently. Although I'm not an actual investor and probably very unlikely to be. And my overall assessment's possible scam avoid. So what's the first thing I did when my friend contacted me and said, here, have a look at this old nonsense? Well, I'll go to their website. And here we are, Snowball Mining, blah, blah, blah. So it's decentralised mining project, blah, blah, blah. 17 days left on their ICO. Current token bonus is 5%. But if you go to the Telegram, it's actually 10%. Snowball Mining is a current operating mining facility based in Canada. SBN is operating hundreds of current generation Bitmain ASIC S9. Our goal is to maintain an effective green facility while expanding our network hash rate with the vote of our community. Instead of selling termed cloud mining contracts, we are looking to convert our network hash rate into an investor support reward solution. Low cost long-term rewards. Current price is 1F for 575 SBN tokens during token sale. I think that is on the website, but that is changeable with the price of F. Blah, blah, blah. All you have to do is hodl the tokens in a ERC20 compatible wallet and receive your dividends every month into the wallet. YSBM, Snowball Mining, is running operation. All capital raise will leverage the network hash rate that will benefit the entire community who sustain dividends during volatile difficulty price fluctuations. Now, I mean, I love ICOs that pay dividends. But generally, the rule of thumb is if the dividends are crap, it's normally pretty good in terms of the ICO. If the dividends are amazing, it's normally a scam. Here's their divide up of how they're going to divide the coins up. Okay, so the public sale, their rate is 40%. The running cost 30%, marketing 5%, absolute rubbish. Reinvestment 8%, development 8%, team 9%. No. I'm busy. 1st of June 29th, blah, 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 blah. This is all rubbish. Their roadmap's rubbish. It only goes up to October. So then I normally look at the team. However, there was some funny stuff that I found on here. I can't. Where is it? Might be on here. But there was basically, right, so if you're a company that has... If you're a company, sorry about that, that's my kids. If you're a company and you are basically saying, yeah, we're already established, we've already got X, they're saying they've got over 1,000 miners, right? If your company has got over 1,000 miners, okay, then what you want to do to advertise to your, and this is advice to you, SBN Mining, what you want to do when you want to advertise to new investors is you want to show them your current setup, okay? You want to show them this is what we've already got established. Okay, this is what's set up in our warehouse. It's amazing. Look at this. Okay, what we don't show on our website is just a bunch of empty boxes. Yeah, just a bit of plywood and a load of empty boxes for miners and no miners in them. That doesn't instill confidence in me that you're already an established mining business. Okay, then we go down here, and I ain't being funny. This isn't a this isn't a what I would call a professional warehouse for mining. All right. I mean, if you look here, this actual shape here, this pillar here, is roughly the size of a car. So I'm assuming that that is a garage door. So this is in some dude's garage, probably some dude's garage in Canada, and he's thought, I know what I'll do. I'll start up an ICO and raise 8.4 million and put all the mining equipment in my garage. That's what it looks like from your pictures, SBM. Okay? What I'm expecting to see, and I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. Where can I find this thing? Bear with me. This video is going to go way over 20 minutes. People aren't going to watch it, but it's good to know these things. What was it? BBC documentary on Bitcoin. Let's see if we can find it. Da, 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 da. Who wants to be a Bitcoin millionaire? Right. Oh, look.
Discover the power behind Bitcoin.
That's what we're looking at. That is a professional mining rig. Look at this. This is a professional mining company. That's what it looks like, okay? All these new beginners, this is what it looks like. Let me scroll along, because you're going to see.
Asks that of them, and I mean, all of these ledgers, they're not actually people. They're computers.
Watch this.
Lots.
This is how the big boys do mining.
And I mean a lot. That random reward for being a bookkeeper is an important point. It was the original incentive for people to use their home computers to help keep the books. But I feel the scale of these places.
Now look, these are all miners. These fans up here are sucking the air in from outside in Iceland to keep all of this stuff nice and cool. Now let's look at Snowball Mining setup. Give me 2 seconds. I've just got to sneeze. Sorry, I've got a cold. Yeah, so that's Snowball Mining setup. Right there, look, lots of plywood and in someone's garage. And this is a professional setup here based in Iceland. So you can see the difference of what I'm
freezing air from outside.
There we go, look, check this out. This isn't someone's garage.
But also to power the cooling system.
These are warehouses.
Not overheating. That's why they put this one in Iceland. Like a lot of mass computing operations, north is best. It means you don't need to run energy-hungry air chillers. You just suck in that freezing air from outside. Oh, and the electricity here is geothermal and really cheap, thanks to the volcanic activity just underground. Despite all of that, though, this place spends more than €1 million a month on electricity.
See what I mean? So even though the electricity is cheap in Iceland, they're still spending $1 million a month. So by this stage, I've already binned the ICO. I mean, I'm not even going to get into the token metrics I could do, but it doesn't work out. These are the bitmains that they're using, okay? They're using this sort of thing, Dragon Mint. So here's the Dragon Mint, the profitability on Dragon Mint on the current price of Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin takes a plummet, these miners don't do as well as when Bitcoin's at a high price. And with the electricity, so let's say the electricity was $4.97 a day, they're actually working at deficit 61 cents. They're losing 61 cents a day, but they're telling me that their electricity is way cheap, like $4 cheaper than that. So could be that they are actually earning the profit. I'm not going to dispute that because I'm not there to see what their electricity bill is. But you can find all this information. For, you know, look at the equipment they're using and look it up. Okay, see how much you can buy it for. You know, you could probably buy 4 of these brand new rigs for like 12 grand on a decent rig. So do they need $8 million? I don't know. I'm just kind of balancing that up. Oh yeah, let's go to the team. So I went to the team and then I punch in these guys into my special little website that I favour. And oh, here's the thing with the team that's pretty cool. So the CEO doesn't want to be known. The CEO doesn't want his name known. He doesn't want any links to his social media. So all we got is the team that work underneath him. So when I asked about that, and I said, you know, it's a little bit strange. When a dude's asking me for 8.4 million, when a dude's asking me for 8.4 million pound, I generally like to know who he is. Not only do I like to know who he is, for 8.4 million, I'd quite like to know what he had for breakfast and what colour underwear he's wearing. Do you know what I mean? And no, he doesn't want to know. So I said, well, why doesn't he? Oh, well, you see, we work in the mining industry, and if people find out who he is, then we're going to get people coming round and stealing all of his mining equipment. Right. But he's quite happy once the ICO's finished to come out into public, and then everybody's going to see who he is. Well, how's that any different to us knowing who he is before the ICO? Are people not going to go and burgle him after he comes out and steal all of his mining equipment? Things aren't adding up. Okay, so I do a few background checks. This dude, I found a little bit about him, not too much, a bit boring really. Jesus Rico Vargas, where is he? Found him there. So he's actually got connections to other coins. I found him on, right, so I use a website called Pipl, PIPL.com. Go on there, type someone's name in. I'll show you how to use it in a second. Look, on here, you could type in a name, email, username or phone number, and a rough location of where these people are. Now, what that does is it finds all the social media accounts linked to this person, even ones they think they closed, and historical social media accounts. It's fantastic. So you can go right back and dig out these people and find out what their history was. I love it. So we go here, Jesus Rico Vargas, found him on Pitbull. So right down here, I said, yeah, I know that's definitely the dude I'm looking for that's part of that team. And here are all the accounts linked to him. So I can get into his LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, his Google account, Pinterest, Gravatar, high5.com, whatever that is. So he's got a whole bunch of stuff on here that I can get into. Ricardo Perez, oh, he's another one, isn't he? So there's Jesus. There's Jesus' YouTube channel, so we can get to see him. He's out doing a little video where he's on holiday. There he is, that's him. He's linked to this company. I can't be asked to read what they actually do, but they look pretty cool. And he's also linked to Zoid Coin Network, which I did a bit of background check on that last night. I couldn't find too much information on that. So if anyone knows about Zoid Coin, let me know. And then I got talking to the dude last night. Who's the dude I was talking to last night? I think it was this guy. Michael Naftalev. So I punched him in last night. Did I put him in as Canada? Because they're based in Canada. Oh, dude, I bet he's taking his stuff down. Because I actually... oh, no, here we go. Look. So there's Michael Naftalev. So what's he do on the company? He is the business strategy consultant. Business strategy consultant. Oh, there's so much stuff up here. Hold on, let me find him again. Where'd he gone? Ah! I've got so many browsers open, it's unreal. Business strategy consultant, right? So we know that one dude on the team is linked. Let's have a look at this dude. So that was him, wasn't it? Yeah, that's him. That's definitely him because I checked him last night. So this is the dude. So I've got links to all his stuff. Let's go to his YouTube. Oh, and he's put a YouTube video on of himself.
Oh, that's you how you smash your bitch, huh? Okay then, let it get smashed. Yo, this is how I smash your bitch. Covered in cum, some on the tongue, I masked your bitch. And right after I splash your bitch, scoop the trash in the curb where I dash your bitch. I mean, this is how I pound your bitch. Soak in from the stroking, I drown your bitch. Trust me, you be disgusted how I'm around your bitch. Makes me wonder what...
Okay, So that is your that's your business strategy consultant right there. Doing a little rap. Nice. By the way, he's got no links to being involved in any cryptocurrency ever. And when I spoke to him last night, this is his first one. And I felt really sorry for him because he's a really nice guy. And this is the first cryptocurrency he's ever got involved in. And yeah, I'd be running for the hills if I was this dude. The rest of the team had hidden LinkedIn profiles, and what they did was they got picked up by a YouTuber last week and said, none of you guys are on social media. So they all rapidly started creating these LinkedIn profiles. So they're all brand new LinkedIn profiles. Mate, this is shady as feck. Okay? I went to great effort today to try and trace the CEO. Okay? And the reason I did that is just because it's really bugging me. I don't feel like this dude should be hiding. Okay, if he wants to raise money, he should put his face up there. And basically what can happen is you give these guys a load of money, and then they come up with some pony excuse about how they had a fire in their warehouse and all their mining equipment got destroyed and they can't pay you anymore. Or they got broken into and all their mining equipment got robbed or whatever. They could fake their own robbery. Do you know what I mean? Set up the mining operation somewhere else, you don't get paid out. They take $8.4 million of your money. Thanks very much, and leg it. Okay, I wouldn't touch this with a barge pole. All right. So I went to great lengths. So I went as far as, when you scroll down the bottom here, it says Snowball Mining is copyright 2018. So I went into the US copyright register and the Canadian copyright register. Couldn't find it registered. It's not even a registered copyright. So that's a lie as well. I would like to show you the token metrics, but to be honest, I've babbled on too long now. How long have I been on for? I don't want to be... yeah, 27 minutes. That's long enough to talk about an ICO and just tell you what rubbish it is. Like, don't touch this with a barge pole. It's simple as that. Where are we? I've got one more thing to show you. Let me show you this. Vietnamese mining fraud hospital. Let's see if that comes up, and it will show you what can happen when you invest in these pool mining. Where is the dude? It's going to annoy me now that I can't find it. There's a dude based in Vietnam, starts his own mining company. All of a sudden, all of the mining equipment disappears, and all the investors are like, "Where's our money? Where's our money?" So he does this video from a hospital because he's been very sick, and I don't know what hospitals you've been to, but I've never seen a hospital that's got an intricately designed headboard behind him, and he's wearing a freaking Ralph Lauren shirt under a bedsheet. It's a little bit of a giveaway that he probably wasn't in hospital, and his acting was the equivalent of something I'd expect to see on Hollyoaks. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, avoid snowball mining, please. Don't touch it with a barge pole. Sorry, Snowball Mining, I did speak to you this week, and you were very nice, but when your CEO is ducking and diving, doesn't want to be known, has deleted all his social media accounts and gone invisible, but is asking for $8.4 million, that's a deal breaker for me. Not going to touch her. Anyway, other than that, I'll be back this week. I'm going to do the wallet guide for a couple of people been asking me. There's a couple of people asking me about how to send money from Coinbase to Binance, because the beginner's guides weren't... I missed out just a small segment, which is quite important. So I'll do a 5-minute video showing you how to send money from Coinbase to Binance. Then we'll have a look at setting up your wallets, your Ethereum wallets, and your wallets for storing Bitcoin, etc., etc. We'll have a look at the Legend NOS. I've got one, they're great. We might even, in a couple of months' time, when we get over sort of the 100, 200 subscriber mark, I might even give a Legend Anna away. I don't know yet, as a little competition. But thanks for tuning in, guys. So basically, you've got to see one area of how I break down an ICO in terms of researching the team. I did, you know, it's very hard to condense that down into like a 20-30 minute video, okay? Because normally this sort of research takes me 2 or 3 hours to pull up someone's complete history. And it's not just Pipple I use some other software as well that's readily available online. I just don't think that there's ICO reviewers out there at the moment that dig deep enough, okay? And trust me, if you're setting up an ICO, I'll be very careful, very, very careful, because anything you've created in the past on social media, I will find it. Until then, oosh, take it easy, have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday probably, and I'm going to bail out and go make my kids dinner.